Welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show, where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in the Sunshine State. We are Game On with Bianchi Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports talk, not sports talk media, sports media in general, the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes. He's back there behind the glass making us sound good. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. We are fired up. Magic got a win on opening night. We're going to talk about that. We want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. You can enter the Rage Cage. Rant and rave about anything you want. That is the iHeart app talkback line. Just hit that microphone and rant away. You can also hit us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 508-57. Krabby Krabs, are you fired up about your Magic?
Are you kidding me? That was exhilarating what we experienced last night. 8-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Heat outplaying the Magic. It looked like the band of new brothers was not quite gelled. And then all of a sudden, it just clicked into place. Jalen Suggs, big defensive stop, crowd on their feet. It was electric. My post-game show, if you could have heard it last night, if you thought I was excited talking to John Taffer, you should have heard that bad boy last night. I was all energy after that one. And Mike, you know how I appreciate you on the daily calling me the hardest working man in sports media. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's nice when you say it.
It is.
Well,
it is.
This I will say this one bit of information I'm going to tell you about is how I know perhaps the last couple of days I've been working a little too hard. I forgot to put deodorant on today, and I'm just now realizing that how busy I've been. Yeah, I never forget to put deodorant on. I blanked on it today.
Doesn't matter when you're hanging out with the boys. But yeah, once you get home, you'll definitely want to put some deodorant.
Going to the brewery later. Hourglass Brewing tonight. I'll cut out a couple of minutes early from the studio so that I can get there at 6:00. You can come and hang out with me. I will be doing a fantasy basketball draft with some zone heads out there. Just don't get too close because I might smell.
All right, let's get to some highlights and headlines. All right, we started this tradition about 12 years ago, playing the old Orlando Magic theme song whenever the Magic win. Well, the Magic have since started doing the same thing in the arena after they win. So after that opening night victory last night over the Heat, I'm just going to tell the Prodigy to play the damn song. Can we do that? Oh, yeah. Watch out.
What are we going to do?
We're going to get... Hey, the Magic, as Kravitz just said, down by as much as 12 in the game. They were down by 8 with just over 6 minutes left. They made every big play they needed to make down the stretch. A thrilling 125-121 season opening victory over the hated Heat or the heated hate at the Kia Center. Wow. Here's the highlight.
Almost throws it away. Ball's on the deck. Franz thinks it out. 3-on-1. Wagner the lob. ABC. The way to get this place started up again. It's off. Wendell swatted it away. Now Adebayo's on the floor. It's 5-on-4. Bain down the middle of the floor. Nice pass inside for Paolo. He'll throw it down with 2 hands. Bain the no look. Paolo the flush. Paolo going to work on Wiggins. Spins at the elbow. Jumper is up. It's off. Wendell, a mad offensive rebound. He took it away from 2 Heat players, and he's going to the free throw line. That's the play of the game. An offensive rebound. Jovic finally gets it in for Adebayo. Step back 3 is up. It's off. Rebound in Wendell Carter Jr.'s hands, and that'll do it. That's a dub. Magic win on opening night over the Miami Heat, 125-121.
Kravitz, you are the Magic insider. You're on the radio crew. I'm just going to say this, all right? Magic fans I believe, saw everything they could have hoped to have seen on Wednesday night. They saw Jalen Suggs, sidelined since last January, finally returned to the lineup. And, man, he brought the energy as you expected. He brought the emotion, the hustle, and he knocked down 6 of 7 shots. That was unbelievable. Then, of course, you saw Desmond Bane pour in 23 points, the new acquisition, knocked down his first 2 3-pointers, hit 3 of 7 from distance. And what about Wendell Carter Jr. just flexing his muscles literally at the end of that game, getting offensive rebounds, hitting key free throws. And, of course, Magic fans also saw their 2 co-stars, Paolo and Franz, each score 24. Kravitz, it was the perfect opening night for Magic fans.
It was really good. I've stopped short of calling it perfect because this Magic team needs to be good on defense if they're going to reach the highest heights. But in terms of what you wanted to see get better, that wasn't present a year ago, in that sense, it was absolutely perfect because the most important thing is Jalen Suggs back? Check that box. He looks like he's back. He was just on a minutes restriction, but when he was out there, he was the same Jalen Suggs that you saw start his breakout campaign a year ago. Okay, then you really spend big in the offseason to get Desmond Bane. How's he going to fit? He looks like he's been playing with these guys for 10 years. He looked phenomenal. He's exactly what this team needs. He's a perfect blend of what the Magic need and what they already are that complements what they're good at in terms of toughness. He dove on the floor in the fourth quarter for a loose ball, man. And because he's jacked like the Bulldog, he's able to wrestle it away from a Heat player. He
wrestled it away, drew the foul, hit the free throws. Yeah.
I mean, he looked like a running back out there after a fumble, like, nah, that's my basketball. It was very much check a lot of boxes. There's still some things that I want to see tightened up, but it's game 1. The last thing I'm going to do is complain. That was awesome.
All right, Kravitz, we have a new Magic feature called The Drive of the Night, brought to you by Don Mealy Chevrolet. If you were picking one player or one moment from opening night that Magic fans should be most excited about, or that you were most excited about, what would it be?
I think, fortunately for me, I'm already prepped on this because I do this during the postgame show. It was Wendell Carter Jr., a man's board, 6 seconds left on the clock. He rises like a phoenix from the ashes, breaks away from 3 other Heat potential rebounders to muscle the rebound down. Paolo took a shot that, hey, if that had gone in, that would have been the play of the game. That would have sealed it. The Magic were up by 2 with 6 seconds left. Play clock was dwindling. The Heat were not going to foul. They wanted the basketball back with a chance to either tie or shoot a 3 and walk out with a road win. And Paolo misses. Wendell Carter Jr. gets the offensive rebound. He gets fouled. Then he goes to the line and makes 2 free throws. That sealed the game. And Dell was not good last night, but he was good when he needed to be.
Absolutely. By the way, not a good stay in Orlando for the Miami Heat. Not only did they lose the game, but on Thursday morning, one of their players got arrested in Orlando by the FBI in a federal gambling investigation. We're going to get more into this story later in the show, but Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, along with Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, are among more than 30 people charged in connection with schemes involving illegal sports betting. That's the one that Rozier is involved with, and also a scam into rigged poker games backed by the mafia, according to the FBI. In fact, here's FBI Director Kash Patel.
Coaches, what you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
Okay,
Wow.
that is the director of the FBI. Again, Chauncey Billups, a head coach in the NBA, of course, with the Portland Trail Blazers. He has been placed on a leave of absence by the NBA, as has Rozier. Again, we'll have to see how this plays out. But anytime you hear the Gambino family involved with an NBA coach or an NBA player, not good news for the NBA, Kravitz.
Not at all. I thought they were about to implicate Uncle Paulie in there, too. I was getting a little nervous.
Right.
How excited did Patel sound right there? They've been working on this for 3 years. You know, can you imagine the sweet release of you are trying to crack the case over the years, and then you finally are able to go forward with announcing it, with arresting 30 people. This is deep. It does involve something that I hate, I detest, which is questioning the integrity of the game that we love in the NBA. And I'm sure if it's happening in that league, it's happening in others that we follow also. There are many levels to this, and I'm sure that we will discuss it from every avenue possible throughout the course of the day.
And those are your highlights and your headlines.
Coming up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus Jeff Culhane, the voice of the Knowles, within the hour as well. We've got Hardy tickets, the country music star. We'll give you a chance to win those as well next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. That's bank. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
Hey, when you're looking for an AC company in Florida, you want what you want in a car mechanic: honesty, reliability, and someone you can trust when things break down. That's exactly why I only use Ziegler Air Conditioning. Jason and the crew have been cooling Central Florida for over 40 years, and their reputation is built on doing the job right. They installed my Carrier unit, they keep it efficient, and they make sure my warranty stays intact. And when disaster strikes, oh my God, like my AC going down on Labor Day weekend, they show up. Within an hour, my house was cool again, and my holiday was back on. Other companies send texts to try to upsell you new systems, all right? Ziegler don't play that game. Their technicians are paid to fix your AC, not pad a commission check. Plus, when you call, you get a real human being, all right? You don't get a phone tree. Meredith will answer the phone and make sure you are taken care of, all right? Trust matters. That's why I trust Ziegler Air Conditioning. Give them a call, 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. How do you help buyers and sellers compete and win in this market?
Very similar ways for both. I consider us to be in a buyer's market right now where prices are slowly sliding back to reality. And so I tell buyers, instead of coming in with like a super low offer to try and lowball a seller, let's give them what they're asking for, but let's ask for some concessions back. And we can use that money to buy down your rate, save, $150, $200 a month on your mortgage. And it's the same on the seller side. I tell them we have to price things appropriately. I'll tell you what to repair, what not to repair, but then I also set the expectation of we are in a buyer's market. So buyers are going to be asking for some of that money back to help them buy down the rate. As long as those expectations are set from the start, I think it's pretty easy to succeed in today's market.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him 407-702-4635.
Major roadways are getting busy, and so are emergency crews, clearing up a couple accidents here off to the shoulder on I-95 southbound before Granada Boulevard, a crash block in the right lane on Orlando Avenue southbound at O'Brien Road, an accident on Osceola Parkway near I-4. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency crews. on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Right now.
Shelly, roll!
Hi, this is Ed Sheeran.
Go!
Handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream.
Financial plan. If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
With football season in full swing, the World Series, and basketball season tipping off, there's no better place to get in on the action than Bet Online, your number one source for all things sports. Bet Online gives you more ways to play, with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to Bet Online today, because at Bet Online, the game starts here.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Live boxing is back at Caribe Royale Orlando on Saturday, November 1st. In the main event, undefeated former Cuban Olympian Lanier Perro takes on Britain's Jordan Thompson for the WBA Continental Heavyweight title. In the co-main event, U.S. Olympic bronze medalist and Orlando native Omari Jones fights Yusuf Metu, and Yelvis Gomez defends his WBA Continental Americas title against undefeated local favorite Antrevius Ingram. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or at CaribeRoyale.com/boxing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Don't be scared. Halloween's creeping up. The free iHeartRadio app has irresistible stations like Halloween Radio. Always screaming, I mean, streaming commercial free. Plus Trick or Treat Radio just for your little monsters. Trick or treat. And of course, curated Halloween playlists perfect for your Halloween party. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game.
This is Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. They say it pays to listen to Game On. How much are we talking? Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
However much you want, Jalen. Name the price. You got it. What a night it was last night at the Kia Center. Get back after it tomorrow night. The Magic take on the Atlanta Hawks. Got pregame for you at 6:30. Well, that's tomorrow. We'll worry about that then. Fantasy basketball draft night tonight out at Hourglass in Longwood. If you're part of the league, come out. Draft with me. If you're not, come and hang out anyway. Would love to see you. Tonight I'll be out there from 6 to 7 p.m. Hourglass Brewing in Longwood. Mike, you want my top 10 ranking for fantasy basketball, or should I save that for later in the show?
You know
Some
what?
Sleepers.
No, I think you should save that exclusively for the people who show up at Hourglass Brewing for the draft.
I like it. That's a true promotional man.
Yeah, that is
true marketing.
Premium content right there. You need to pay for that.
That's right. Pay with your time and your energy and maybe a couple of IPAs. Jamal, what do we got?
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about bravery. Another quote from P.T. Barnum. I'm just going to roll out to the end of the week with P.T. Barnum quotes. Fortune always favors the brave and never helps a man who does not help himself. And it goes in line with another one that I read from him. He said, if you hesitate, some bolder hand will stretch out before you and get the prize. Translation, if you want to make it happen, if you want it to happen, make it happen.
Right.
Fortune favors the bold. Can't get lucky if you don't put yourself in position to.
Yeah, you can't sit back and wait for things to happen to you. You have to be proactive with your own life. I've always thought that. If you have an idea, whether it be a business idea, whether it be a professional idea at your job, just do it. Execute it. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. If you work hard enough at it, you can make it work.
I always roll my eyes at people when they say that they have bad luck. To me, that is such an indictment on your character. If you view what happens in the world around you as if you have no control over putting yourself in position to be successful. And we all experience luck in general is going to even out over time. Outside of those that win the lottery, because those people are actually lucky. But bad luck, good luck, we all go through things that just happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you're able to, I don't know, the scratch off pays off that one time. That's luck, but it all evens out. You got to put yourself in position to be lucky. That's one thing.
There's a great quote by Henry Ford, of course, the founder of Ford Automobiles. And his quote was something to the effect of, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work.
Great. That's great. I think about that with people. People said that throughout Tom Brady's career. They say it about Patrick Mahomes now, like, oh, these guys get calls or they're lucky. You know, you have the tuck rule and all of those things, but you can only get lucky. And just speaking from a sports perspective, if you're in that position, you can only get the call in the Super Bowl that goes your way. If you're in the Super Bowl to begin with, you have to put yourself in those positions. And then, Michael Jordan pushes off Byron Russell. Maybe that's lucky that he doesn't get the call or whatever.
but he's there. That's sort of the point. That's the point that people miss, is that those greats, maybe they're lucky, but they're always in the position to be lucky because they put themselves there.
I can't tell you how many times in the media business that I'm in, all right, whether it be newspapers, radio, that I've seen, some younger employees come aboard, whether it be the Orlando Sentinel, whether it be iHeartRadio. Younger employees will come aboard, and let's face it, Kravitz, we've worked in the radio business and the media business. The younger employees that come in, they don't make a whole lot of money, and they're asked to do a lot of work. All right, right, Kravitz, you were making no money when you started in this business, and and a lot of them don't last because or you hear them complain, I'm not getting ahead. Well, if you go the extra mile and do an extra special job like Brandon Kravitz did back in the day, you put yourself in the position to get ahead.
And then 15 years later, you might actually make a little life for yourself.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Mike, before we go to break, tell people how they can win Hardy tickets. You have a pretty good idea for this.
All right, Hardy is one of the great country entertainers in the world today. So if you want these tickets, these are premium tickets. You have to go to the iHeartRadio talkback line and sing a verse from your favorite country song, and sing it good, because the best verse wins the tickets.
That's right. Extra melodic. Yell it if you have to into the iHeartRadio talkback. Up next, what happened to those Florida State Seminoles? We'll check in with the voice of the Noles, Jeff Culhane, next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Picture this. You've just gotten the keys to your new home, the one you got for a great price, and you're doing your own little end zone dance right there in the living room. That's how it feels when you buy from the Nickley Group, all right? Rates are going down, inventory's going up, and they're negotiating like champs, saving buyers an average of $24,000. They'll even get you in on off-market deals with their early access program. Plus, you join the Nickley family, moving trucks, supplies, parties, the works. It's the ultimate home buying touchdown. Download their free buyer's guide today at thenickley.com. That's thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Time for your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. Nothing quite like an offensive rebound as time is expiring to set your team up for success.
Wendell, a man's offensive rebound. He took it away from two Heat players, and he's going to the free throw line. That's the player of the game, an offensive rebound. And that's Wendell Carter Jr. earning his paycheck.
With 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere, Tools Ace, your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every day. Find them at toolsacehardware.com, and go Magic.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Attention, all Florida State Seminole fans and alumni. Did you know that 71,000 Noles have FSU specialty license plates? The FSU license plate is the simplest way to convey your school spirit and support academic excellence via scholarships. FSU even provides a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Stop by your local tax collector's office and get an FSU tag today, or find out more at mytag.fsu.edu. Go Knowles.
We love stats, facts, and figures on this show. And what about this one? Your AC system consumes up to 80% of your electric bill, and a new AC system can save you up to 75% on the AC portion of your bill. That could save you a substantial amount of money in the long run, and Mills Air is here to help. Mills Air will get you feeling right. They'll have you living comfortably, and they'll do it all without breaking the bank. The best AC company in the market, bar none. I've used them for years, and you'll love it too. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics. Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance. Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data.
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find this Halloween.
Thirsty.
Oh, hey, Frankenstein. Did you enjoy that Cabernet?
Oh, good. Want margarita?
Well, all the villagers are raving about this tequila.
Ooh,
And we have it at the lowest price in town.
economical.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21. A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You owe me an apology for Florida State. I think you owe me an apology.
Okay.
You're so negative, and I sound just being a realist. I'm not sure that one win makes them that good.
You're right. You were right. I owe you an apology. I'm sorry. You were absolutely right. I meant to lose to a double-digit underdog in Pitt, to lose to a double-digit underdog in Virginia, to lose – what was the other team they lost to?
Miami.
That's understandable. But, I mean, hell, James Franklin just got fired for losing the double-digit underdog. Right?
Just wrote that down. 447. I'm making that a promo.
I was wrong about Florida State, okay? I understand. Doctors bury their mistakes. Sports talk radio hosts utter theirs.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Thursday, we are going to be expecting a really pleasant and very beautiful day. We'll be planning for plenty of sunshine, lower humidity, and pleasant temperatures. Highs will be right around normal with a high of 84 degrees in Orlando. Plan for low humidity and sunshine all the way into our Friday and Saturday before clouds build in ahead of our next round of rain, which is set to arrive Sunday and into Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Touchdown, Florida State! Touchdown, FSU!
Let's welcome in our good friend, the radio voice of the Florida State Seminoles, Jeff Culhane. Seminoles are off this week. They need a week off because they are on a 4-game losing streak now. Mike Norvell under pressure up in Tallahassee. Jeff, I don't even know how to begin our interview. We talked to O.J. McDuffie, who's on the Miami Dolphins radio broadcast team yesterday, and he was down and depressed, and I was a little worried about him. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay. Certainly the last month has been a stunner for us Florida State fans, that's for sure. And yeah, it's been something. It really has. And you know, if you would have tapped me on the shoulder on August 30th after my second celebratory bourbon after the win over Alabama and said, "Enjoy this. You're gonna start the ACC season 0-4." I'd have punched you in the stomach and called you a liar to your face. So it's been stunning. There's no doubt about it, guys. It's been a shock.
I wonder, and I'm not making excuses for Florida State's dismal ACC record, but when you see teams like Vanderbilt being really good, in Indiana, as we saw, Kurt Cignetti just signed a huge deal because he's immediately turned Indiana into a national contender. Obviously, it goes the other way as well. We thought last year might be an aberration for Florida State. They overhauled the roster last year. That didn't work. They overhauled it again. Jeff, is it hard? I mean, unless you hit in the portal, these things can happen, right?
Well, I think they are more, I don't want to say likely, but there is, I guess, the possibility of some of the teams and the schools that are not known as brand names in college football to just find that right recipe. And you can turn it around faster now in the portal. If you get the right quarterback that fits the personality of your coach, if you get just the right overall setup, you see these things now with how everything works, with how you're able to acquire talent and how roster management has changed. And this is something you guys talked about. We've talked about it. The days of stockpiling talent and having guys sit for 3 and 4 years to wait their chances are over. And those guys aren't going to stay at the brand name places anymore. They're going to move on and look for their chances to go and play. And I think that's where you've seen some of the brand names struggle, and you've seen some of the other non-brand names cash in with the right coaches at the right time, and the right roster management. Now, look, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about Florida State in that vein, winning 19 games in a row. And just 6 weeks ago, on top of the world, beating Alabama. And so I know everybody is frustrated, and rightly so. I'm not happy either. But this has been a program that has shown it in recent memory. And I think that's also why it makes the losses as of late so disappointing and so head-scratching with the way they've gone down.
Jeff, how is Tommy Castellanos doing? He took a pretty nasty hit there at the end of the game against Stanford.
Yeah, Kravitz, I don't really know, to be honest, right now. I'm not sure. He'll obviously this week he can use to recover. It was not pretty. I mean, I was late in the game, early Sunday morning. I'm sure many people had gone to bed by that point. It's a beaut, by the way, guys, playing a 10:40 p.m. Eastern kick in front of 8,000 fans in Palo Alto. That screams ACC football for you. But I digress.
Tell us how you really feel, Jeff.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. he took a big pop from Mitch Lieber, and his, sadly, his body went limp right away. I mean, it was targeting to a T. And so I don't know his official status right now. Obviously, I'm hoping that he's okay. We'll find out more, I'm sure, next week. Mike Norvell has his press conference on Monday. I talked with him on the coaches show with him Monday night. And so I would imagine he was in a protocol this week, and we'll see how things shake out in the next 4 or 5 days or so.
Talking to Jeff Colhane, he's the voice of the Florida State Seminoles. How does Mike Norvell use his bye week to his benefit? I imagine that every coach in college does this in a somewhat different fashion. Can you key us in on what Mike Norvell typically does, or what he's doing now to get himself ready and his team ready for next week?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to sound so cliche, but he is truly a day-by-day guy. I mean, he is taking advantage of what each day brings. Of what each practice brings, what each meet. I mean, he truly is minute by minute when it comes to how he approaches every single opportunity. And so, I would imagine, there was practice earlier this week. These guys practiced Tuesday, Wednesday. Like everyone else, you use the bye week to get healthy. Florida State has had some bumps and bruises. Tommy has had a couple of nicks with the lower body, and now with the head injury or the upper body injury, if you will, and certainly up front, both offensive and defensive lines have been nicked up. So you get healthy, and I think this team needs a mental health break without a doubt. And I'm no genius, obviously. I'm no wizard when it comes to motivation, but you figure out internally as coaches, hey, what buttons are the right buttons to push? How do we recalibrate this thing? Take us back to August when this team was together and locked in and obviously all in for that Alabama game. And I know it's a one-off. I get it. I know it's one game, but it's still a great win. And it shows you that this coaching staff and these players have what it takes to go out and succeed in a week-by-week basis. They just have to get back to that. And I think you look internally and you say, hey, how did we get our guys as connected as we did for that first game of the year? Go back to some of that stuff and try and dig deep and find what you can go back on and use it here in the last 5 games of the regular season.
All right, Jeff, I saved the tough question for last. Michael Alford, the AD, released a statement earlier this week saying, in essence, we are committed to Coach Norvell through this season. We will reassess the football program after the season. Besides just win, what does Mike Norvell need to do to make sure he's Florida State's coach next season?
Yeah, I think, Bulldog, it's a question everybody is asking. I've seen the negativity on social media from a lot of our fans, and I've seen the videos and all the things people have said. And first off, Michael Alford and Mike Norvell are by no means sticking their heads in the sand here. A lot of people look at it and say, well, why is Michael Alford, not more harsh? Let me tell you this. If you know Michael Alford, there is nobody that is going to stick to a standard higher than himself. All right. And if there's anyone that might, it's Mike Norvell. So these guys to me, it's not a pass. It's an opportunity to show everyone what can be done to finish out this season on a strong note. And I always go back to the success that this program has had under Mike Norvell is not just some, flip it one-off thing. I mean, to win 19 games in a row and win an ACC title and be in the mix and have a shot to play for the college football playoff when it was a 4-team shows you that this is a guy that has what it takes to get the job done. Now, the last year and a half, specifically last year and these last 4 games, it's been bizarre. And so to answer your question, what does he have to do? I think he has to have continued improvement every week, get back on the winning track, and find that winning formula and that juice this team had early in the season, and harness that into this last stretch run here in the month of November.
He needs to listen to some Jeff Colhane broadcasts to find that juice, all right? Because we love listening to
Yeah, I
you,
tell
Jeff.
ya.
You do bring the juice for
How
Florida
late?
State.
How late was it, guys? How late, guys? How late did you last Saturday night? Did you make it past midnight at all, or no? Be honest.
I
Come on,
got two
Kravitz.
words for you, Jeff. Kick off.
Oh, Kravitz.
I did make it to halftime,
Disappointing.
quite frankly. I made it to halftime. So.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, boys. Well done. I appreciate it. That sounds good.
That's all Bianchi. This is very much a morning watch for me.
We'll talk to you. We will talk to you next week, Jeff. Thanks.
All right, boys. Good talking to you. We'll see you later.
He is right, though. It's pretty ridiculous. 10:30 at night. Hey, let's start an ACC game. That's great.
When I asked him what Florida State needs to do to save Mike Norvell's job, it sounds like he wanted to say he needs to pull a Billy Napier from last year, right?
That's right. Yeah. Here, win. How about that? A win.
Win 4 or 5 in a row.
Up next, your text, your talk back. So we got people singing for Hardy tickets. You can do that. Sing your favorite country music song. Plus, the betting scandal that has rocked the sports world after this.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let me tell you about Don Mealy Chevrolet. How many times have I told you, all right? When you live in Florida, you like to have a truck, all right, to haul your beach equipment to, go off-road riding. It's just spectacular. That's the thing about Don Mealy Chevrolet. They have been your truck headquarters for more than 50 years. That's right. Don Mealy started the dealership 50 years ago out in Claremont, and now his son Jay runs it, and they are as dependable as ever. And right now, it's Truck Month. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary with an amazing deal, 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. And guess what? They have over 60 in stock. Whether you're towing your toys, tackling tough jobs, or exploring off-road, there's a Silverado for you. So stop by and celebrate the 50th anniversary of Don Mealy Chevrolet out in Claremont and make a deal for a new truck. Chevy, together, let's drive.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Keep an eye out for a crash. Slowing things down on the ramp from the beach line westbound to I-4 westbound. There's a car stopped on the shoulder. On I-95 southbound before Granada Boulevard, a crash on Orlando Avenue southbound at O'Brien Road. The right lane's blocked there. Your typical delays are piling up on most of the major roadways. The roadways are getting busy. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score per data to 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill data within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person receiving the deal. Additional terms apply.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks, handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
With football season in full swing, the World Series, and basketball season tipping off, there's no better place to get in on the action than Bet Online, your number one source for all things sports. Bet Online gives you more ways to play, with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to Bet Online today, because at Bet Online, the game starts here.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Orlando.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our Cigar of the Week. And this week's Cigar of the Week is a legendary smoke over at Corona. It's the Corona Dominican Selection Natural Robusto. Here's why. A lot of cigar factories out there trying to make big, huge, bold cigars to make a statement for their brand. The guys over at Corona built a beautiful, mild, buttery, creamy cigar so you can enjoy it every single day. Very approachable, very rich, and this is why it's one of their favorite cigars. Grab a box today because you can't beat this price. $79.95 a box. That's 38% off retail, usually going for $130. This is a great smoke. You're going to love it. It's the Corona Dominican Selection Natural Robusto, and it is your Cigar of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only, luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
If you want no windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You know, fellas, I've been to those so-called men's clinics. You walk in, fill out a form, they jab you with a testosterone shot in the backside, take your money, and send you out the door. No real testing, no real follow-up, no real results. That's not health care. That's fast food medicine. But when I found Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, I knew right away this place was different. It's led by Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale honors grad in molecular biophysics, a guy who spent 25 years as an orthopedic surgeon before dedicating his life to hormone replacement, sexual health, and age management. When I went in, they actually sat down with me, ran real labs, talked about my sleep, stress, recovery, sex life, everything. Then they built a plan just for me. Within weeks, my focus was sharper, my energy was back, and my sex drive returned. I finally felt like myself again. So don't settle for cookie cutter care. Go where the experts are. Head to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Touchdown! The UCF Knights are heard here. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. You can take us with you wherever you go on the free iHeartRadio app. Make this show Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz your number one preset, and then you can listen on demand whenever you damn well please. But we are live from 3 to 6 p.m. every afternoon across the great state of Florida. Seeing some text roll in, Mike, on the Mills Air text line at 50857. That they want Nick Vucevic back. He was the leading scorer last night for a winning Chicago Bulls team. They won their home opener against the Pistons. 14 rebounds, 28 points.
Yeah, he looked good last night.
The text specifically reads, the Magic need to get Vucevic for Carter. Did you see stats for both players last night? Same old, same old. And while you're at it, send J.I. packing. I have a trade that is cap friendly to get Vucevic and Simons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Wendell Carter Jr. looked pretty good when he was winning the game for the Magic.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? He did not play a good game last night, and he is far from a perfect player. By the way, so is Vooch. Okay. He's not exactly going to be the guy that puts you over the top to win a championship. Nick Vucevic. But yeah, Wendell Carter Jr. is the reason the Magic won. Fans frustrate me to no end. Last night, I'm getting tweets in the middle of the game going, one of them was, got to get Tristan de Silva more minutes. I'm like, can you wait until like the fourth quarter of the season before you go firing off what Coach Mosley isn't doing right? It baffles me the way that people act on game day.
Somebody texted this in. I said earlier it was the perfect game for what Magic fans wanted to see last night, and somebody texted in, perfect game. Come on now, Bianchi. The amount of threes the Magic forced missed down the stretch was inexcusable. The game shouldn't have been that close by any means. No, it's game one, but they need to work the floor better and get penetration to get higher percentage shots down the stretch. I said it was the perfect game for what fans wanted to see last night. I don't think most fans, unlike you, are looking at the penetration they're getting. Fans wanted to see a few things last night. They wanted to see if Desmond Bane could shoot. They wanted to see if Jalen Suggs was healthy. And they wanted to see Paolo and Franz play well. That's what they saw. So that's what I'm talking about, not your advanced analytics stats, okay?
Yes, I agree with you. And on top of that, the other one that I found from last night, this was in the middle of the game, said Goga needs to be starting over Wendell Carter Jr. So Wendell Carter Jr. has a great preseason, and then one half into the basketball game, you're going to, you know what? Let's ditch the lineup.
God.
It's all season fans do this. I guarantee you I will have multiple tweets by game 10 about how Jamal Mosley is a horrible coach and doesn't know how to use timeouts and challenges, and it's all the same stuff every year. Calm down, guys, okay? The Magic are 1-0 to start the basketball season. We do have some talk back. I want to hold off on that. We'll play one when we get back from the Fox Sports update. You can light us up. iHeartRadio Talkback. Sing a verse from your favorite country song, and you could win tickets to see Hardy at the Kia Center. Giving those tickets away today, and that's how you can go and win those. Not right now. No. We will pause for a moment and let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up with the latest in sports, a talkback, and this latest betting scandal. Our take on that in 60 seconds.
You can't start us out and you can't make us run because we're the old boys.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Top of the 4 o'clock hour, we are broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, and on the iHeartRadio app, and streaming on video via YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Go and find us there. I've had multiple listeners tell us that they just cast us right to the TV and watch this show like it is a television program. So you can do that too if you want to. Light us up on the Mills Air text line at 50857. We will lambaste more of your texts later on in the show. We're taking talkbacks as well. And before we get to our top story of the day, and it is a doozy, we do have a talkback where we've got some vocalists out there ready to sing us a tune. Let's hear it.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and ride them old trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay at home and they're always alone. Even with someone they love.
Okay, glad that got cut off. All right.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Right now, it's the first one, so it's the best one. But I think you guys out there and gals can beat that.
You can't beat Waylon and Willie though. That is a good version of Waylon and Willie right there.
Do you want to give yours? I'll allow it now that we have a moment. You want to sing?
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite country songs is "A Country Boy Can Survive" by Hank Williams Jr. Ever heard it?
Nope.
Well, here's a little verse for you. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. We're old boys raised on shotguns. We say grace and we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the Western
All right, I think that's enough. All right.
And we can
That's
skin a
good.
buck. We can run a trot line because a country boy can't survive.
That's a nice tune right there. But it's not this one from the big bearded fiddler. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. You know who else was willing to make a deal, Mike? Terry Rozier. Huge story in the NBA. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, not for long. And Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who I'm pretty sure got arrested at the Grand Bohemian last night. Also, former NBA player Damon Jones were among three of about 30 people that were arrested by the FBI this morning as part of an extensive federal grand jury investigation into illegal sports gambling and gambling in general. There was a poker case involved in this, split across two cases. The NBA released a statement early in the morning saying that both Rozier and Billups were placed on immediate leave from their current roles with the Heat and the Blazers. Billups and Jones are being charged for allegedly taking part in illegal high-stakes poker games operated by an organized crime ring, while Rozier was arrested in connection with a sports betting ring involving current and former NBA players with inside trading, sharing information that is not made public. So these are, I want to make this very clear, other outlets are doing this too. This is the responsible thing to do. Chauncey Billups, the coach, and Terry Rozier, the active player in the NBA, are not being charged with the same thing. Chauncey Billups is not being accused of game fixing as a coach. Rozier kind of is. FBI Director Kash Patel talks about what they've discovered.
Coaches, what you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
Yeah.
Rozier, as you mentioned, Rozier obviously is involved in the whatever you want to call it, game fixing, manipulating the games and the stats and prop bets and things like that. All right, so that's what he's involved with. When the more you read into this, the Chauncey Billups charges are actually not as damning to the NBA as a league. But when you look at what he's being accused of, I mean, you heard the FBI director talk about all of these crime families, these mafia families. That's the part that Chauncey Billups is involved with. It's not just illegal poker games. It's rigged poker games. They were rigging high-stakes poker games.
High-tech stuff.
Details of
ahead.
I'm reading right here. Details of the rigged poker games that Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups were involved in included X-ray machines built into tables to read face-down cards, contact lenses / glasses that read pre-marked cards, and secret cameras in card trays. I mean,
crazy.
Good Lord.
I'm so bad at poker, I would still lose a hand if I had all that.
Wow.
That is intense, though. And it's sad because Chauncey Billups is not going to go down as one of the greatest NBA players of all time, but he was a damn good point guard. He was a world champion and is now making a few $1 million a year coaching an NBA team. There's only 30 of those jobs in America. And to get caught up in something like this, it's confusing. And I know that rich people lead the lifestyle of rich people. So a lot of money to him and a lot of money to me could be two completely different levels of income. Clearly, he was in over his head in terms of debt or something. Why would you get caught up in this? It just makes no sense to me. You're leading a great life. You've already had a great life. You made NBA money. You were a champion. And now you're making more NBA money as a coach. And then to get caught up in illegal poker fixing with the mob, it's bizarre. I don't know how to make sense of that. And so that's why, like, for me, that is the bigger story overall. But the story that I feel like I can tackle as somebody who works in the sports betting industry is the Terry Rozier side, because that's what's going to have a ripple effect in the way that people bet games, in the affiliations that these leagues have with these sports betting companies, because they are not just affiliated, Mike. They are in bed under the covers, snuggled up with a pillow. ESPN, I'm watching ESPN earlier today. They're talking about this story on Get Up. And this isn't the league, but this is one of their league's leading partners, all of these leagues. They're talking about the story. And then in the bottom right corner of the TV screen, they pop up an ESPN bet ad while they're talking about Terry Rozier and his prop fixing situation that had been discovered by the FBI. I mean, that's how it is a tangled web we weave. And this is where we are.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand the optics is a word people like to use, the optics of it. But come on, this all comes down to personal responsibility. All right. I mean, good Lord, the radio station that we work on, I mean, they make a lot of advertising on beer. All right. Beer. Does that mean, we can go get drunk and come in and do our radio show? No. Just because the NBA does business with sports betting companies doesn't mean it's just okay for the players to go out and fix and manipulate games and bet on games. this I don't care that the NBA or the NFL or this radio station makes money from sports betting companies, all right? You have to take personal responsibility if you're a professional athlete, and especially if you're a professional coach.
I don't deny that. You're not going to get any argument from me. You're not going to find a bigger advocate for sports betting than the person whose voice you hear right now. So I don't need to go down that road, because I think everybody at this point that's listened to this show or me for any length of time knows how I feel about that. But this is about the integrity of the sport. And It is absolutely the optics play a huge role, because it is about perception, and perception is reality. And the second integrity is impacted, it is hard to get it back. And right now, what you have, I'll speak specifically on the NBA. This is a problem that they need to solve for themselves. You have a league that is saying, hey, look, go bet here, while the people that you're betting on are potentially fixing the lines because of affiliations they have with illegal syndicates. That's a problem that they have got to figure out. Not because it's not, you are 100% right. It is about personal responsibility. This isn't the league's fault. It's Terry Rozier's fault, but it is for the league. It's the league's responsibility now to clean up the mess and figure out how this can never happen again under their watch. The NBA investigated this, Mike, and they found nothing.
That's somebody texted that in, and that's a excellent point. They found nothing on this, and that, you know, any other sport or any other commissioner, we'd be going, oh, they're trying to brush it under sweep it under the rug. And maybe they are. Maybe they are. That's certainly a question that needs to be asked. Why didn't you guys find anything during your investigation? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's probably the NBA going, hey, we're looking into it. Oh, hey, by the way, I don't know how to look into it. Well, we said it out loud. That's all that matters. And then the FBI, who does this for a living, actually looked into it properly. But you shouldn't have, the FBI should not, you shouldn't have to rely on the FBI to crack these cases. The NBA needs to figure out how to do it for themselves, get ahead of it rather than behind it, because people are going to stop following your sport, trusting your sport. And if they stop betting on your sport, Mike, ratings will be impacted, because nobody else, you're not watching Hornets Nets unless you got money on it. Okay. That's just the reality. Up next, we got more Magic talk coming your way, and my top 5 players in fantasy basketball. I'm kidding. We're back with more Game On next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
You know, in the Marines, their mantra is Semper Fi. That's Latin for always faithful. And Jeff Jr., the founder of Trajan Wealth and a Marine veteran, built his company on that promise. Always faithful to your financial future. I've experienced that firsthand. They reviewed my plan. They showed me opportunities I was missing and gave me confidence about retirement. I moved over an old 401k and some other assets, and now I've got a plan I trust. With today's market turbulence, the global uncertainty, and the political polarization at home, it pays to have a team that's loyal to you and your goals. That's what I found at Trajan Wealth. Get a free consultation, and you too will see the difference. Call Trajan Wealth at 407-204-0300 and tell them Mike Bianchi sent you. Or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
The temps are rising, pressure's on, and your AC is on the ropes. Have no fear. Mills Air is there, stepping out of the batter's box into your home for that quick repair. The bottom line is, I don't skimp on quality. I don't skimp on professionalism. And that's why Mills Air is my go-to AC service provider. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Your typical delays are starting to pile up on the major roadways. The roadways are getting busy. There's also a couple accidents that might be affecting your ride. A car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 westbound approaching Orange Camp Road. An accident on US 192 Vine Street at Michigan Avenue. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle, big bank convenience, and small bank connection? That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an infinite Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Do you know what employees say is their number one perk at work? Extra PTO? Nope. Gym memberships? Guess again. It's free lunch. And what's the best way to order food for work? Easy Cater, a food tool built for the modern workplace. With online ordering from a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget, employee meal programs, and more. All on one platform. So perk up your workplace with Easy Cater. Order now at easycater.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I'm Richard Parks III. I'm Wes Avila. And we are on a quest to make the best baseball podcast of all time. Dodger Blue Dream. Imagine a world where the boys in blue go back-to-back in 2025. That's the dream. Rings, baby. Listen to Dodger Blue Dream on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Dodger Blue Dream and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Paolo Banchero entering year 4 with the Orlando Magic.
Does this year feel different? I mean, Jeff Weltman has said, hey, we're in the win now mode. We're no longer in rebuilding phase. Does this feel different to you as a player?
Definitely. I would say this year, probably the first time since I've been with the Magic where, it really feels pretty serious in terms of the expectations and the roster and, what we're expected of as a group. And so for me, I love that, because now it's time to win. That's the expectation. That's the standard, is to win. And I feel like that's what brings the best out of people is when you are expected to win at a high level, because there's no going short on that. You have to make it happen. So I'm excited.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
You know, your Halloween costume should be scary, not your retirement. Trajan Wealth can help take the fear out of financial planning. I thought I was doing just fine. Had my retirement accounts, had a plan in my head, but when I let Trajan Wealth take a look, they found opportunities I'd been missing. I had an old 401k that wasn't just collecting dust, it was costing me money. Trajan Wealth helped me roll it over, and now it's part of a strategy that gives me confidence heading into retirement. And let's face it, the world's a little spooky right now. Global tensions, politics, tariffs, all of that can rattle the markets. But with Trajan's fiduciaries in your corner, you sleep better. Jeff Jr., a Marine veteran who founded Trajan Wealth, built this firm with that Semper Fi mindset. Always faithful. That's how they treat your financial future. So don't let your retirement haunt you. Call Trajan Wealth at 407-204-0300 and tell them Mike Bianchi sent you. Or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Big for us being able to get the timely stops. Dell getting big rebounds, making the extra effort on certain plays. You got to give credit to our fans as well. I mean, they turned up. And, and we talked about Jalen Suggs being back in the building, and his energy to get the crowd involved consistently was big for us.
Huge. Big night last night for the Magic, 125-121 to win over the Miami Heat. Fun fact for you, Mike. Last night, Paolo, Franz, and Desmond Bane all scored 20-plus points on the night. The only other time that's happened in franchise history in an opening night game was 3 years ago. Paolo and Franz were involved in that as well, and Jalen Suggs was the third. So he swapped Suggs for Desmond Bane, second time in Magic history that has happened on opening night. So I think, to your point, as far as what you want to see on the first game of the season, one about as good as you could hope for.
Well, if Suggs hadn't been on minutes restriction, they might have had 4, because he was shooting lights out last night. He was 6 of 7 from the floor, hitting his threes. He was, to me, and I asked you this question earlier in the show. What was your key, or what was your bright spot of the game? And I think you answered Wendell Carter Jr.
Well, just that moment, not him, right. not the totality of his game, but at the end of the game, he made the biggest play.
To me, Jalen Suggs was, it's between Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bane as to what Magic fans were most enamored with last night.
Yeah,
most wanted to see.
I love how Paolo has become such a standard that he can just score 24 points, grab 11 rebounds, a steal, and a block, and we're like, whatever. Just a ho-hum night. Certainly not what Victor Wembanyama did last night. My God, did you see what the French phenom pulled off last night? I just saw
the highlights. What was it?
Oh,
was
man,
it 40 plus, right?
That's all you needed to see. 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocked shots. He's hitting step back threes. It's just, he's ridiculous. He is the most talented player in the league. If you take into account his defense and his 3-point shooting, it's otherworldly. But watching him is just, he's not real. That's not a real person.
And by the way, thank God the Magic are in the East. Thank God the Magic are in the East. Okay. Because, and I think the Magic are a really good team. They're going to be a good team for a long time. Maybe challenge for championships, but I don't know that they would be in any finals if they were in the West, because Oklahoma City is even younger than the Magic. They're the defending champions. Houston is young and good. I'm not counting Kevin Durant as young, but Houston is young and good. San Antonio with Wemby and that crew, they're going to be good for years to come. And plus, the Lakers are going to always be relevant. It's going to be hard getting out of the West. That's for sure.
When's the last time we've been able to say that the Eastern Conference was a better conference than the West? It feels like ever since Kobe entered his prime, it's pretty much been Western domination from there on out. If it wasn't for LeBron James, it would have been a complete blowout for 20 years. Would have been that. Real quick, Mike, we should mention Orlando, the Magic, not the only team in action last night as far as the city where we reside. Orlando City, done for the year. 3-1 loss to the Chicago Fire. Womp womp. What a flame out of a year. They were supposed to be pretty good, and for most of the season, they were one of the better teams in MLS. This team, this is more of an overarching take, Mike, but I'd find it hard pressed for you to disagree with this. They have been such a disappointment since coming into the league in 2015. We thought they were going to take this league by storm with fan support, with team building, with success on the pitch, and they've had pretty much none. It is just a total flop.
Hold on a minute. I mean, they are the only team in the league to make the playoffs for 6 straight years. And I realize they haven't won a championship, all right? But they did get to the conference finals last year. They've been to the playoffs every year. That's not nothing. I mean,
this year, that does not count. You make it.
I'm not talking about this year.
They've now added extra playoff teams so that pretty much everybody gets in, and then you lose. That's like making it it's called the wild card. This is like losing in the play-in tournament in the NBA and saying this team made it to the playoffs.
I'm not saying that this year hasn't been a disappointment. Obviously, when you only win one of your last 9, but you made it sound like ever since they've been in the league, they've been a huge disappointment. No, they haven't. They've been in the playoffs for 6 straight years. Even throw this year out, 5 straight years. That leads the league. That's not nothing. It's not a disappointment.
U.S. Open Cup is it's the only trophy in the trophy case. That's all I care about. Up next, the Bucks are falling apart on the injury report. How will they fare against a divisional foe this weekend? We'll get word on that. Scott Reynolds joins the show next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
A big thanks to Hard Rock Bet for the bonus bet last night. I'm at the arena, and I get a notification from the app saying, hey, you're at the game. Here's $20. So I used it. The Hard Rock Bet is decked out with the bets that we love this time of year. World Series starts on Friday night. College football back with another great weekend. Primetime NFL games, Thursday night football tonight. And yes, more Magic games on the horizon as well. Numbers don't lie, and the Hard Rock Bet app is the place where you can find that edge that you are looking for on the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. It's there you can explore the latest trends, streaks, stats, and so much more to guide your next bet on the action. They've got boosted odds, live in-game bets, the easiest app on the planet. It's whatever you're into, whatever direction you want to go, Hard Rock Bet has something for you. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rocket my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Hey, I'm your mountain bike. Been a minute since we hit the trail. Why not roll me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that keeps us all moving. Donate today. On your left. To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
If you wanna buy or sell quickly, come Nickley.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
Come Nickley.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give and receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hurricane biggest to ever make landfall here.
You ready?
Hurricane season is here, Orlando. When storms threaten, stay connected with the station you trust before, during, and after the storm. 101.1 WJRR, 96.9 The Game, and AM 810 Fox Sports Radio is your lifeline. Get real-time updates, emergency alerts, and the latest from local officials, all in one place. Listen live on air or stream us anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Stay safe, stay informed. Eustace Roofing is the official sponsor of iHeart Stormwatch coverage. Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
It's always a great feeling seeing a fellow Knoll on the road. Show your spirit with the Florida State University specialty license plate. Visit your local tax collector's office and get yours today with a $25 rebate for first-time buyers. Let's pave the streets with garnet and gold. Go Knowles!
Live boxing is back at Caribe Royale Orlando on Saturday, November 1st. In the main event, undefeated former Cuban Olympian Lanier Perro takes on Britain's Jordan Thompson for the WBA Continental Heavyweight title. In the co-main event, U.S. Olympic bronze medalist and Orlando native Omari Jones fights Yusuf Metu, and Yelvis Gomez defends his WBA Continental Americas title against undefeated local favorite Antravius Ingram. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or at CaribeRoyale.com/boxing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Napa, we've spent the last 100 years building our business into an engine that powers yours. Whether you're big or small, national or local, Napa has the automotive solutions your business needs to stay moving. And it's all driven by a nationwide network of quality parts and exceptional service on one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead. That's why we are the pros that know.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends November 1st. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Heat guard Terry Rozier are both facing federal charges related to illegal gambling investigations. The NBA put them both on leave today. Magic coach Jamal Mosley says his team needs to do a better job of defending without fouling after they sent the Heat to the line 27 times last night. And Florida will begin the hoop season ranked third in the USA today. Coaches poll behind top-ranked Purdue and Houston. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Our Tampa Bay Bucks report and the keys to the game brought to you by Don Mealy Chevrolet, Central Florida's truck experts. Let's bring in Scott Reynolds, who's been covering the Bucks for decades at Pewter Report. Check out all of his coverage at pewterreport.com. Scott, thanks for joining us. Let's look back at last week's loss to the Lions. Not only did the Bucks lose, but another crucial injury. They lose Mike Evans, maybe, I guess, for the season with a broken collarbone. That injury looked scary, didn't it, Scott?
Yeah, it sure did, especially when he didn't get up, right? When he was just laying there and he had the concussion symptoms along with the broken collarbone. So, yeah, certainly a tragic loss for this team. Not only is Mike a huge component to this offense, but he was chasing history, trying to break Jerry Rice's record with 12 consecutive years with 1,000 yards. So, two GOATs will have to just settle for a tie. Both Jerry Rice and Mike Evans have 11 consecutive years with 1,000 yards. And, and not a bad career if you're Mike Evans. And certainly the hope is that he can come back and help this team in the playoffs.
All right, so you've got Evans out. You've got Chris Godwin out. Bucky Irving, I'm guessing, is still out for this week's game. They're going to have to get something going on the ground here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That's one thing Josh Grizzard said today was they really got out of kilter. Josh admitted to not having enough patience with the running game early in the first half, and it came back to bite him in the fourth quarter because they had to play catch-up pieces. We were in the 2-minute drill the entire fourth quarter. So look for the Bucs to come out and really try to establish the run and be more patient with the run in the first half of the Saints game. And you know what? Last year they ran for 277 yards against the Saints. Now, they're not going to have Cody Mauch. They're not going to have Luke Gedeke, their right guard and right tackle, as they did last year. But, I would look for a more balanced offensive attack. And certainly without Mike Evans, they're going to have to lean on the ground game even more. That's something Tristan Wirfs shared today.
Scott Reynolds from pewterreport.com on with us here, our weekly Bucks report. And then I see Baker Mayfield pop up on the injury report as well. A knee injury that he's tending to. Is this anything serious that we should be concerned with?
No, and it's something he's kind of been dealing with now for a while. Yesterday was a walkthrough. They had him on there as limited. He returned to a full participant today. But Vita Vea did pop up with a foot injury, and he did not participate today. Vita's 30 years old. He's a big guy. So we'll check his availability tomorrow. That'll kind of be more of a telltale of whether he can play or not. Todd Bowles needs his big man, Vita Vea, to collapse the pocket and pressure quarterbacks, but also to stop the run. Saints don't really have a dynamic running game. They've got Alvin Kamara, but they've struggled to run the ball. And Elijah Roberts, the defensive tackle, the rookie out of SMU, he's really come on in place of Kalijah Cansey. But certainly you want to have your veteran out there to impact the running game and also collapse the pocket on passing downs.
This does feel like one of the bigger rivals for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, perhaps the biggest. The Bucs and Saints have had some pretty heated battles over the years, but when I think about that, I think of Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore and guys like that. So many of those key parties in this discussion aren't there or aren't playing. Is this still relevant to right now? Do these teams hate each other?
Yeah, I think so, because there's been a little bit of a role reversal, right? Remember back, just 5-6 years ago, when Drew Brees was the quarterback and the team captain of the Saints were winning the NFC South. The Bucs really were the cellar dwellers. They were getting bullied by the better team, right? And the Saints were winning double-digit seasons and winning the NFC South 4 years in a row. Now there's been a complete role reversal where the Buccaneers have won the NFC South 4 years in a row. And you go back to that Drew Brees' last game in that 2020 divisional playoff game at New Orleans, where his last pass was picked off by Mike Edwards. And that was a big win for the Buccaneers. They went on to not just beat the Packers in Green Bay for the NFC Championship game, but win the Super Bowl here in Tampa. So that was the pivotal moment where this division kind of tilted from the Saints to the Buccaneers. It was all Saints before that. Now it's all Buccaneers. And even though there's not many Buccaneer players that were on those teams that were getting bullied by the Saints back in the day, the last 4 years have been nothing but really the Bucs bullying the Saints. So you kind of have a little bit of a topsy-turvy twist here in the division, where the reason why it's contentious is because the Bucs have been on top for the last 4 years, and they're on top again right now. And the Saints all of a sudden are the cellar dwellers. They don't like that, but there's not much they can do about it. They're not that talented of a team anymore.
Scott, because the Bucs are so thin right now at wide receiver because of injury, do you expect them maybe to work on some sort of trade? I've been hearing and reading, but everybody knows Jacoby Myers once out of the Raiders. Could that be somebody the Bucs target?
I'm not sure. Tyler Lockett's still out there. He's a veteran if they need one, but they really do like this young rookie class. They're the 1-2 punch of Emeka Egbuka and Tez Johnson, that along with Ryan Miller, along with Sterling Shepard, who's having a great year for the Buccaneers, that fumbled aside on Monday night. They feel like they have enough to work with in the passing game. Plus, they're more of an 11 personnel team, which is, one running back, one tight end, 3 receivers. So they're not really a 4 wide receiver team that much. They expect to get Chris Godwin back after the bye week. They expect to get Jalen McMillan back in December. So those are 2 really good pieces that when you were looking at this wishful depth chart that never really came to fruition due to injuries. But, how this team was thinking over the summer before going to training camp: Mike Evans, number 1, Chris Godwin, when he comes back, number 2, Jalen McMillan, the proven number 3 receiver from a year ago, and then this rookie, Emeka Egbuka, before he kind of took the league by storm, was really the number 4 receiver. So in the eyes of this team, they have a chance of getting back their number 2 and their number 3 receiver when Godwin and McMillan join. So I think that's probably why they're not going to pull the trigger on a trade at wide receiver. But if they need a veteran in the interim, Tyler Lockett's available.
Scott Reynolds, nobody covers the Buccaneers better. Check out all of his coverage at pewterreport.com. Scott, we always appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Coming up next, we have your final shot at Hardy tickets. Lay into that iHeartRadio talkback. Sing us a tune, a lyric, a line, a verse from your favorite country song. We'll air some of those and award a winner coming up in the next segment. Don't go anywhere.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The temps are rising, pressure's on, and your AC is on the ropes. Have no fear. Mills Air is there, stepping out of the batter's box into your home for that quick repair. The bottom line is I don't skimp on quality. I don't skimp on professionalism. And that's why Mills Air is my go-to AC service provider. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
You know, fellas, I've been to those so-called men's clinics. You walk in, fill out a form, they jab you with a testosterone shot in the backside, take your money, and send you out the door. No real testing, no real follow-up, no real results. That's not health care. That's fast food medicine. But when I found Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, I knew right away this place was different. It's led by Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale honors grad in molecular biophysics, a guy who spent 25 years as an orthopedic surgeon before dedicating his life to hormone replacement, sexual health, and age management. When I went in, they actually sat down with me, ran real labs, talked about my sleep, stress, recovery, sex life, everything. Then they built a plan just for me. Within weeks, my focus was sharper, my energy was back, and my sex drive returned. I finally felt like myself again. So don't settle for cookie cutter care. Go where the experts are. Head to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
Police activity on the roadways, blocking multiple lanes on Altamont Drive at I-4. I believe the on-ramp's partially blocked as well. Move over and slow down. I-4 westbound before Orange Camp Road. There's a car stopped on the shoulder, getting cleared up there. A crash on Vine Street at Oak Street's blocking the right lane. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety or quality. Prescription required in consultation with a care provider who determines appropriate whatever details, restrictions, and important safety information.
In and out of has you covered. Introducing a new approach to level up your game. Developed for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together, and you got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to his.com/joy. Start free. No, it's the license by determine at div.com/.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered BEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
The one and only Monster Jam. The world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Gravedigger and more. Coming to Camping World Stadium January 10th. Brought to you by Big 80 Tires. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Eustace Roofing has a scary good deal with their spectacular savings event. $1,500 off your roof replacement. Serving all of Orlando with trusted hands-on service since 1959. Visit eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. Terms and conditions apply.
If you want no windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Your radio just got a digital upgrade.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Friday, Game 2 for the Magic as they welcome division rival Atlanta to the Kia Center. Our coverage starts at 6:30 with Magic tonight. Tip time is 7 p.m. Catch every exciting moment of Orlando Magic basketball all season long, right here on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good.
This is Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic, and you're listening to the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Happy Thursday to all. Football back on our screens tonight. Vikings, Chargers. Who you got, Mikey?
Oh, I have the Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Chargers have been a little bit listless lately. Coming to Wing House.
Well, hold on.
Well, I'm about to launch into a professional radio read, Mike.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Go to Wing House, watch the game. Order any half-pound burger at a regular price and get a free 16-ounce domestic beer or soda to wash that puppy down. It's the perfect way to fuel up before big football weekend hits. Juicy burgers, cold drinks, beautiful girls, and the Wing House vibe that you know and love. 3 Central Florida locations, Wing House, good food, beautifully served. What were you going to say?
I'm going to save it for better to forget it.
Oh, okay, a little radio tease. 6 minutes away. We got that one for you. Let's go to the talk back. One of our favorite listeners, Brian Troutman, has sung us a tune. Let's hear it.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Let's call it a night. The party's over.
Oh, dear.
Tomorrow starts the same old thing again.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That was lovely.
Wow. Travis, you don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
You probably don't know this, all right? But turn out the light, the party's over. That's another Willie Nelson song.
That's what the Magic were singing to the Heat last night.
Yeah, and on the old Monday Night Football, all right, way back when Howard Cosell and Don Meredith, Dandy Don Meredith was one of the color guys, and Frank Gifford was the play-by-play guy. So you had Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, and Don Meredith. Whenever the Monday Night Football game would be, when it was essentially over, when you knew the other team wasn't going to come back, Dandy Don Meredith, who was an old country boy from Texas, he would start singing, "Turn out the lights, the party's over. and Howard Cosell would start laughing, and Frank Gifford would start laughing. It was one of the great memories of my childhood.
I have heard clips of that, and I think that's the only reason I actually know that song is because of the exact story that you're talking about. Let's go back to Jeff, because we need to compare and contrast and hand out a winner here. Let's go back to Jeff and his melodic tones.
He said, I'll love you till I die. She said, you'll forget in time. Though the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. I watched my friend slip away.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And I got
that was it.
Got real bassy there at the end. I like that. Our listeners couldn't carry a tune if it was in a bucket.
Although if he would have been able to continue, that probably would be the winner, because that is the greatest country song of all time. That is George Jones. He stopped loving her today. I'm going to tell you the story about that song. Do I have time?
No.
Real quick.
We have another singer that is checking in to the Rage Cage. Craig, take it away.
Hey, this is Craig Summy with Achy Breaky Heart. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, you just don't think it understands. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, it mightn't blow up and kill this man.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. That was better than Billy Ray Cyrus. That's the winner right there.
Yeah. That had me doing a little achy breaky in my chair there.
That was really good. I might download that and put that on the old iPod.
Wow.
That was great.
That was a good one. I thought they were all good, quite frankly, Kravitz.
Yeah,
I thought they were all good.
They were. Unfortunately, we only have one winner that we can award. We do have a minute and a half here if you want to tell your story.
So George Jones, that song that the last talk back, he stopped loving her today. You know what that song's about, Kravitz? It's about a guy who was so in love with this woman. All right, she dumped him years and years ago, and he could never get over her. He thought about her all the time. He wrote love, read the old love letters from her, and then he finally passes away. All right. And that's the song. He stopped loving her today. It's a friend singing about his buddy. He stopped loving her today. And the only way he could stop loving her was to die.
Yeah. Love is cruel like that. Sometimes that's the only way to extinguish the flames of love.
Right.
Is to cease to exist. That's heavy.
Yeah.
They don't make country songs that heavy anymore. They're all just
man.
about driving in a truck and drinking whiskey. I think that's what every country song is about these days.
Getting those cold beers in your Yeti cooler and putting them in your boat.
That's right.
Going out boating.
What was that one you were singing that they put in the Applebee's commercial? You were singing that one yesterday.
Oh, fancy likes. Yeah.
Yeah. With the ice. I forget how it goes.
Yeah.
But there's some dessert that he sings about in there. Anyway, it's good. Take our word for it. Coming up shortly, Bet It or Forget It, the daily game show that has taken the sports talk radio world by storm. In fact, I have another prize. So I'm gonna do a trivia question. This is a country music related trivia question, but $50 to Ford's Garage. In the song "Only Want to Be with You," the lead singer of the band famously said that this team makes him cry. Which team is it, and who is the band? The song is titled "Only Want to Be With You." If you get it right on the text line at 50857, we'll give one of you $50 to Ford's Garage. Wonderful restaurant, great food there. We are going to take a quick step to the side, back in 60.